All right, hey, what's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley back with you for an ML Sports Take brought to you by Empower Federal Credit Union, the Vince Aguirre Consulting Group, and World of Beer Destiny USA Syracuse. I cannot wait for this Saturday for Alabama and Georgia. It's a CBS 8 o'clock Saturday night game. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And two of the top three teams in the country. The other, of course, would be Clemson. But you take a look at these offenses, and they're both really, really good. But Alabama's just on another level right now. 51 points they're averaging. That tops everybody in the country. And look, no disrespect to Georgia. Their defense, by the way, is number one against the run. That's going to be an interesting situation up against Najee Harris, who's playing like a Heisman candidate, and who else, is for Alabama. Oh, there's only 4 or 5 guys who are like that. Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle's wide receivers, Mac Jones throwing the football. But with all due respect to Auburn, Arkansas, and Tennessee, great offenses that have played against Georgia this year, and Georgia has played a very fine defense compared to everybody else in the SEC. The offense is going to go from here to here when they play against Alabama. I think that one of the key storylines in this game, even though Steve Sarkisian is totally capable of being the head coach in this game and the offensive signal caller for the Alabama Crimson Tide, there is a major storyline. Nick Saban has coronavirus. He will not be coaching in this game. How will that affect Alabama late if it is a close game? And I expect that both these teams will be a little neck and neck here for a couple, maybe 2-3 quarters. I think eventually Alabama will pull away and win maybe by 7 to 10 points. But here's the thing. Don't be surprised to see these teams meet not once, not twice, but 3 times. This could be the first matchup, and then again in the SEC Championship, and then again in the college football playoff. Who's my X factor in this game? It's clearly the quarterback of the Georgia Bulldogs, Stetson Bennett. So far, he's looked pretty good. He can roll it out. He can go ahead and throw in between the seams. He can do his thing in the pocket. He can throw short. He can throw long. And by the way, a lot of the throws that Jake Fromm was not making last year for the Dogs, Bennett is this year. So early signs point towards Georgia having a college football playoff type season because they didn't miss a beat at the quarterback position. And their defense, as far as the run game goes, seems to be pretty dominating. How will that play out against Najee Harris and Alabama? I'm going to take the Crimson Tide close in this game. I think both teams will put up a bunch of points, but in the end, it'll be the Bulldogs who simply can't keep up with Smith and Waddle and Mac Jones and, of course, Najee Harris. And, again, a typical SEC matchup with the line play, right? The big dogs up front, the big guys with the O-line, D-line, that matchup. Who wins the line of scrimmage in this game? Alabama, a smidge better there. Better offensively as well. I'm going to take Alabama close. I think both teams will be able to run the score up quite a bit here, but give me Alabama 41 to 31 in this game over Georgia. ML Sports Take brought to you by Bryant and Stratton College, the Allen Angus Pub, Liverpool Physical Therapy, and our good buddy Greg Kreindler. Make sure you go visit him at gregkreindler.com. He is the official artist and painter of the ML Sports Platter and Pinstripe Passion. All sorts of awesome sports figures, of course, that he's looked at, but mostly does baseball. And so go check out his Negro League collection and a heck of a lot of other things as well. Greg Kreindler, gregkreindler.com, the official artist and baseball painter of the ML Sports Platter and Pinstripe Passion. Hit me on Twitter at Mike L Sports, and of course on Instagram, Mike L Sports 1979, and download that very podcast. It's called the ML Sports Platter, all over the major platforms like Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts, as well as Stitcher and Deezer, and subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. As I always tell you, enjoy the games.